I'm finna just OD. Right,
Drove over a patrol car or a driver who decided jumping out of a moving truck was a good idea to a trooper who went flying after pitting a truck, and many more. It was September 28, 2024, when a trooper was patrolling U.S. Highway 78 when a gray Dodge Ram goes flying past at 107 miles per hour in a 60 zone. He flips around, hits the lights, and gives chase, watching the Ram using the turning lane to pass other vehicles like it's his own personal express lane. The truck actually stops at a red light at Commerce Drive for just a split second, long enough to make you think this is over, then blows straight through it and keeps going west into a highly populated area.
Forward flight.
B38, Commerce. 1037. Be Arkansas 028, Union King 0. Be a great Dodge Ram.
10-4, down 450, 53, 63, stay low.
TVI. Roll over.
The Ram comes to rest upright, and the trooper approaches, weapon drawn, to find Mr. Hotchkiss slumped over the steering wheel, not moving. The trooper moves in, confirms he's breathing, and waits for backup. Once other troopers arrive, they pull Hotchkiss out and get the cuffs on, and the smell of alcohol is immediate. A bottle of Beam's 8-Star whiskey is found right there in the truck. Jonesboro City, Light and Water assessed the broken utility pole at approximately $5,000 in damage on top of a parked vehicle with a burned hole in its roof. Mr. Hotchkiss walked away from all of that, facing stack of charges. On July 8, 2025, in Lee County, Florida, Trooper Jonathan Hernandez was parked on the median watching traffic when a silver Chevy Silverado comes flying past, weaving through lanes at an estimated 100 miles per hour. The trooper pulls out, and the Silverado nearly rear ends a pickup truck hauling a trailer before the driver flicks on his turn signal like he's about to pull over, then floors it. Sirens on dispatch notified, and this pursuit is officially running at 102 miles per hour through traffic. The suspect makes the bold decision to intentionally ram the trooper, leaving his patrol vehicle completely disabled on the side of the road. But the move costs him too. The front right tire is completely gone, and now he is out here on 3 tires, with hopes of escape fading faster than that rubber did. Because what he didn't account for is that disabling one trooper doesn't disable the radio. And right now, there are multiple units closing in on a truck that is running out of both tires and time. Suspect climbs from the driver's seat into the passenger seat, exits the vehicle, and Trooper Hernandez grabs him immediately, taking him straight to the ground in handcuffs. The smell of alcohol coming off Reardon is immediate and unmistakable, but the real plot twist comes at the hospital. During a CAT scan, medical staff informed the trooper that Reardon appears to have a bottle of pills hidden inside his rectum. His blood alcohol level comes back at 0.152. Nearly double the legal limit. He was medically cleared and transported to Charlotte County Jail. It was April 10th, 2020 in Sebastian County, Arkansas, and Troop H Dispatch puts out the call that a black pickup is blowing through traffic lights passing cars on the shoulder and Sebastian County Sheriff's Office needs help. This chase had already been running since 6 a.m. started by a Forest Service law enforcement officer with county deputies piling in shortly after. By the time the trooper picks up a visual near Young Ridge Road, there are already 3 marked units behind this truck, and it is still going. Every time the trooper sets up, the pickup swerves lane to lane and at one point slams the brakes at over 90 miles per hour, trying to throw off the timing. At State Highway 10, the suspect is back on the outside shoulder passing cars like the road belongs to him. Trooper Ellis takes over primary and goes for the pit multiple times, but the suspect keeps blocking every single attempt with the same reckless aggression. A new trooper takes over primary, and unlike the 2 before him, he goes all in immediately. But it backfires badly. Instead of ending it, the aggression seems to fire the suspect up even more, and now the roads are significantly more packed than earlier in this pursuit, making every single move twice as dangerous as before. And the situation just went from bad to much worse.
Good. It sounds like Sebastian is backing out and leaving
By this point, it was obvious to everyone involved that this pursuit had spiraled completely out of control a long time ago, and troopers simply could not keep watching this suspect put every innocent person on that road in danger without doing something about it. They had to act, and they had to act now. Moments later, this chase takes a turn that nobody in that pursuit saw coming. And I can promise you, watching this unfold, you won't see it coming either.
Get up there and get him stopped. If he's driving on the other side of the road, we can get him stopped. I don't care if he's brake checking you. Just call him stopped as soon as there's an opening. Just call him stopped as soon as there's an opening on the highway. Get him stopped.
Okay, he's got him stopped, and then go on ahead and start EMS.
The crash is absolutely devastating, the impact so violent that the trooper's own vehicle goes flying through the air before coming to rest in the ditch. The trooper survives but walks away with serious injuries after an impact that nobody should have walked away from at all. For the suspect, it was a different story, so he was pronounced dead right there on the scene. Another pursuit, another set of consequences that nobody can take back. Every bad decision made that morning led to this exact moment. And once again, it serves as a brutal reminder that no matter how fast you run the road, always has the final say. On May 12, 2023, in Ionia County, Michigan, trooper from the Lakeview Post moves in on a suspected stolen vehicle. The driver wants nothing to do with it and takes off immediately. Tire deflation attempts are made, but the 31-year-old from Sheridan keeps pushing into Kent County.
We're at 44 Flanagan, continuing. Spike set. Second attempt failed. He's got flat front.
Flat front, 2015.
Pull your vehicle over! Looks like rear is going flat now.
Clear building unit, pursuing. Rear side flat, 2017.
With both front tires deflated, the suspect is fighting that steering wheel with everything he has, and the odds have shifted dramatically against him. But surrendering is clearly still not on the agenda. The troopers behind him know it's only a matter of time. Either those tires bring him down, or he makes one mistake too many and they will be ready the moment either one happens. In the meantime, he is still out there, causing absolute chaos on the road with complete disregard for everyone around him, buying himself seconds that are quickly running out.
Clear west on Ashland.
Looks like we might come into a stop on Wasabas. There's sparks. Turning north on Wasabas Road.
We're north on Wasabas Road. Where's my dude?
Gonna go to the west and then back to the north. We're clear, we're on cruise now.
Central 36. Let Kent know. Try to get some more spikes up. All right. Central, turning east on Wilkins.
The suspect turns onto terrain that is absolutely the last place you want to be, with deflated front tires. He probably thought it was a smart move, but that decision is about to teach him a very expensive lesson, because just minutes later, he hits the first intersection, and that is where everything falls apart.
Central 36. Looks like you've wiped out on Conley and Elkins. We're down in the ravine trying to make contact.
I'm hurt real bad, sir.
Central 36, can you start your mess this way? You the only one in the vehicle?
Yes.
Why are you running?
I got so many warrants.
So? Yeah. You able to you stay with him while I go grab my med bag?
My little injury is on.
The vehicle leaves the roadway, drops down the embankment, and slams into several trees, ejecting the driver on impact. What the trooper's entire deflation couldn't finish, the tree line did. He's airlifted by AeroMed to the hospital with serious injuries, while the trooper walks away without a scratch. Crash investigators from the Grand Rapids Post and 1st District headquarters take over the scene from there. A stolen vehicle, deflated tires, and a split-second loss of control that turned a chase into a medical emergency, and a driver who is lucky to still be alive to face the consequences of the decision he made that morning in Ionia County. It was February 15th, 2024, when a trooper on patrol runs a quick check on a white pickup truck after watching it make a reckless lane change. Registration comes back expired. He gets behind it, lights on, and the truck actually slows down at the intersection, giving every indication it's about to cooperate. Then the driver puts his foot down and takes off, turning an expired tag stop into a pursuit in a matter of seconds.
We're getting county advised. Hot Springs, all units, are you copying?
Regions 10-4, headed what? Thanks, get out.
Texas, North Frank Victor 9349, Unit B 9349.
Hot Springs K5, that returns on a 2016 Toyota pickup line. What's your mom working?
Coming up on the 70. Hot Springs, I just pitted him out. He's in the median. He keeps on running. Send an ambulance, send an ambulance.
No.
After the pit, the suspect jumps out of the moving truck, hitting the ground hard at speed. Ambulance is called immediately, and he is lying there unconscious on the roadway. He is rushed to the nearest hospital, and once he recovers well enough to be discharged, there is only one place he is going from that hospital bed: straight to the county jail. Something tells you that lying in that hospital, recovering from jumping out of a moving truck, gave him plenty of time to think about exactly where this all went wrong. On August 4th, 2023, in Beaumont, Texas, around 1 in the afternoon, and a man calls police after watching a stranger on a bicycle walk up to his work truck, parked on Tram Road, peer inside, and then just get in and drive away. The owner jumps in another vehicle and starts following eastbound on I-10, while Vidor, Police Rose City, and the Orange County Sheriff's Department all scramble to join in. Robert Tunnel, a 31-year-old who apparently saw a truck he liked, decided today was the day he was taking it, and now half of Southeast Texas law enforcement is behind him. The suspect was all over interstate, swerving across multiple lanes, nearly taking out car after car, while fluid from the trailer sprays onto oncoming vehicles at over 90 miles per hour. The stolen truck and trailer keep pushing east, with multiple units behind it, and the original owner somewhere in the mix watching his own truck get destroyed in real time. The moment the suspect takes the exit, the trooper sees the opportunity and moves fast, getting ahead and positioning himself perfectly because he already knows this driver is coming right back to the interstate. Now he has the advantage, and all he has to do is cut off every possible route back through and let the other units do the rest. Guns drawn, K-9 unit on standby, and officers surround the vehicle demanding surrender. Tunnel is pulled out and placed on the hood of a police cruiser and cuffed right there on the highway, taken to the hospital for a checkup, and then transported to Orange County Jail, facing unauthorized use of a motor vehicle in Jefferson County and evading arrest with a previous conviction in Orange County, which means this is not his first time making decisions like this. It was October 24th in Arkansas when Troop A Dispatch puts out an alert. A green Jeep Gladiator has just been stolen straight from a hospital parking lot off, and the woman behind the wheel may be armed because the owner left a firearm inside the vehicle. The Jeep is being tracked heading south on Interstate 530, and Trooper picks up a Visual and Gillette Trail doing 85 miles per hour in a 60 zone. Lights and sirens go on, and the driver's response says everything. She looks in the mirror and slowly shakes her head.
Rock up behind me. Coming up on 357 road. Arkansas, Adam Victor Union, 63 Charles, ABU 636. Go ahead. 663.
Right now it's going to be 1063.
A6, 10-4.
I'll be 1037.
24134.
TBI. Roll over. Roll over. Start 1016.
The Gladiator leaves the roadway rolls and overturns, coming to rest in the grass. When the trooper clears the vehicle, he finds Paige Chandrell Flood ejected and lying unresponsive in the weeds. No seatbelt at highway speed during a rollover, and the outcome was devastating. Medical arrives and Flood is rushed to nearby hospital, where she is later pronounced dead. On July 30th, 2025, in North Little Rock, Arkansas, Trooper Tyler Riles spots a white Ford F-250 drifting across the center line on Highway 107. He moves in for what looks like a straightforward stop, and the Ford actually pulls into the Hobby Lobby parking lot like it's gonna cooperate. Trooper David Calvert pulls in as secondary, and the moment the lights go on, Zachary Brinson turns that Ford around and tears out of the parking lot, running the red light straight into active turning traffic.
I'm with him, 1037.
Clear, clear, clear. Left on North Hills, left on North Hills.
Left on North Hill.
How about you? We're going north on North Hills. Good for the parking lot. Looks like we're going to come back out of 107, be north on 107.
Park lot, north on 107.
Still north on 107, speed 60, light traffic. If you could go ahead and notify Sherwood. Still north on 107. Speed 100, light traffic. He is moving in and out.
Brinson is all over Highway 107, using turning lanes, opposing lanes, anything to avoid the congestion ahead of him, running red light after red light with complete disregard for every single person on that road. Past General Samuels Road, the highway narrows to 2 lanes, and Brinson starts passing on double yellows, around blind curves, and over hills in oncoming traffic.
Still northbound on 107, passing exit cut off speed 30. Monitor traffic, however, they are yielding. He's weaving in and out. If you could notify county.
10-4.
Looks like Sherwood. Speed 90, light traffic. He's leaving it out of traffic. 58 set by 13 guy. North on 107, passing General Samuels. Speed gonna be 85.
10-4.
He just took one vehicle to run off off the roadway. It's going to be a gray.
Approaching the back gate of Little Rock Air Force Base at Arnold Drive, Brinson veers off the highway, narrowly missing a white Jeep Wrangler, exiting the base, and then crashes straight through a chain-link gate before slamming into a concrete barrier hard enough to bust the concrete and disable the truck completely.
Rick out, Airport Station 107, Airport Station 107.
He jumps out and runs. Trooper Riles is right behind him, taser out. Brinson was transported to Baptist Medical Center complaining of back pain from the crash. After medical clearance, he was taken to Pulaski County Detention Center, where a post-prison transfer board warrant was already waiting for him on top of felony, fleeing on foot, reckless driving, criminal mischief, improper, lane change failure to maintain control, and leaving the scene of an accident. January 8th, 2024, in Trotwood, Ohio, officers respond to a call that nobody wants to hear. A pedestrian has been intentionally run over by a truck at the Voyager Mobile Home Park. Officers arrive and spot the truck already fleeing the scene, and before anyone can even process what they just responded to, the driver turns and aims a loaded rifle directly at the responding officers. Whatever this started, as it just became something else entirely. And what happens next is something nobody on that radio call saw coming. The suspect is all over the road in that pickup truck and then opens fire on officers, making it crystal clear that this is not just a chase. With conventional pursuit tactics off the table, the officers regroup and come up with a plan. Get ahead of him, get into position, and have spike strips ready and waiting.
This program documents actual homicide investigations. Criminal charges are often dropped or reduced, and all suspects shown are presumed innocent unless proven guilty. Sunday afternoon, near a busy shopping area.
1-8 County 911.
Been a shooting at Quick Trip gas station.
Is anyone injured?
Yes.
I've got police and paramedics started.
When police and EMS arrive,
Hey man, stay with me, okay?
they find a man shot in the head and clinging to life.
Here you go.
Still breathing. Stay with us, man.
Relax, okay? Relax.
They try to save him,
Keep breathing. Stay with us.
but he dies. For homicide detectives, Their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
First 48. I put my ego on my phone.
I was just at home. I just got back from church with my family, and Sergeant York called me and let me know that there had been a homicide over here in Peachtree Corners.
A 12-year veteran of Gwinnett PD, Corporal Richard Harrison worked robbery before joining homicide 2 weeks ago.
This will be my first homicide case that I've worked as the lead detective. I've worked plenty of shootings, lots of robberies, but homicide is the ultimate crime. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous. Hey.
29-year-old Bradley Coleman grew up in Norcross, Georgia. He moved to Louisiana after earning a full scholarship to Southern University. Bradley went on to become a special education teacher at George Washington Carver High School in New Orleans, and recently started his own clothing line. He leaves behind his parents, brother, and a 6-year-old daughter.
Single gunshot wound to the head.
Here's a showcase.
Next to Bradley, the team finds a 9mm casing, a face mask, and a gun holster.
This is his card. There's a phone in the car.
Wallet.
Holster right on top.
The team recovers Bradley's phone, wallet, and a second holster.
Where is that gun?
They may have ran back and grabbed the gun.
Yeah. You got the two holsters, you know the two guns were in play.
Oh, yeah.
One hour in,
I'm in this black Impala right here.
a witness comes forward.
Just walk me through what happened.
He says he parked his BMW behind Bradley's Charger while waiting for his turn at the air pump.
I saw Mercedes was parked.
He noticed a black Mercedes sedan parked next to Bradley's car.
That time, the guy was putting air in the Charger.
He says as Bradley was putting air in his tire, a man got out of the Mercedes and jumped into the Charger.
And then the Charger started backing up, hit my car. The guy who was putting the air ran over, started yelling this guy to the passenger seat.
He says Bradley got into the passenger side of his car and began fighting with the suspect.
And then I saw the other guy coming off the Mercedes with a gun.
A second suspect ran to Bradley's car.
The other guy who was pulling the air, he also has a gun.
Bradley also pulled a gun.
That's when I heard the shots.
How many shots did you hear?
I heard just one.
Did you see what the person looked like that he was fighting with?
Back. Was young, maybe 25, 30. Black shorts.
So the second guy that gets out of the Mercedes, what did he look like?
Also like a 25 years old. African American. I have like a jeans. It happened very quickly. I don't remember the numbers of the plate.
He says the suspects fled in the Mercedes.
Were you able to see what the tag was?
Then there was light blue color.
The license plate on the Mercedes was from out of state.
That's all I remember.
Thank you, sir. Right now, it would appear that this is going to be a attempted carjacking, armed robbery. I have experience investigating crimes just like this, where the suspects see a victim putting air in their tires that they know have remote start that they're able to jump into and quickly get away. If there's not any connection between the victim and the suspects in this case, it makes it significantly harder to solve that case. There's a lot of cameras over here.
We got the video. It's about 20 minutes out.
While the team downloads the surveillance video,
You two are going to try to do that notification while you're down here, right?
Yeah, we'll just work on that until we can do anything else. So right now we're going to go to an address that's on the driver's license for the victim.
The address is 2 miles from the crime scene.
It's always difficult when you're driving to somebody's home knowing that you're about to most likely deliver the worst news of their life. All right. Hey, I'm Detective Harrison. This is Detective Jorstad. You're Mr. and Mrs. Coleman. Yeah. Y'all have a son by the name of Bradley Lamar Coleman.
When we found out the news about Bradley, the officer said, "I'm sorry to inform you that Bradley was involved in a shooting." Bradley was here for spring break and he brought his daughter. The officer said Bradley did have a gun at the scene. We thought that maybe, Brad was defending himself. And I said to the officer, Bradley bought the gun legally and was an educator. He taught children that transition from the jail into society. His main goal and focus in life was to make people better than who they were. But he said, "Mommy, I live every day with the fear that somebody's gonna do something to me. Somebody's gonna shoot me." He told me that. So he bought the gun so that he could protect his family. And the officer said, "My apologies. He did not make it from his gunshot wound." And at that time, my husband, he fell to the ground and just began to weep. Oh, God. We miss him so much. They took a piece of us, a piece of our heart.
This truly appears to be a random violent crime. This guy was just trying to put air in his tires. For somebody to do something like that in broad daylight at a busy gas station, that's scary. Right now, we're headed back to headquarters. We got surveillance video, so we'll go see if I can find some possible tag numbers for that Mercedes. Hey, girls. Y'all ready for bed?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I miss y'all. I'll see y'all in the morning, okay?
Yes.
I'll cook some bacon in the morning.
All right, say night.
I'll be home later. I'll see y'all in the morning.
Night.
All right, night-night.
Did you get your quick trip video?
Yes. All right, so there's the victim's vehicle. He starts putting air in.
There's the Mercedes.
Passenger gets out.
One of the suspects gets out of the back seat of the Mercedes and jumps into Bradley's car.
They slide in there, they throw it in reverse, and they try and take the actual vehicle. It's called a slider theft.
They stop.
A second suspect gets out of the front passenger seat of the Mercedes.
So look for 3 people.
The driver and 2 passengers.
Yeah.
That's where they're fighting.
Tussle. He gets shot right as he gets out the car.
Damn. We know the victim was armed with his own firearm. I feel like the suspects realized that he was armed, and then at that point, that's when they shot him in the head and killed him.
The guy goes back to the car for something.
That's gonna be the gun. Clearly it was stolen by the suspects because it's not in the car.
When he runs, he drops his COVID mask.
There you go.
We can get DNA off of that for sure. that mask, that's going to go to the ATF lab up in Maryland. Unfortunately, it's going to take a little while to get the results back. You can't make out a tag or anything like that. That's the problem.
We'll just run it through every camera possible.
The team will check traffic cameras and put out a statewide bolo for the Mercedes.
I feel pretty confident, even before I get in, that Restrepo and some of his guys, they're going to be looking at Flock, and hopefully they'll find something to work with.
"26 hours in,
Around like 11:30, the Mercedes is sitting on Flock.
less than an hour before the murder, the Mercedes with out-of-state plates was caught on traffic cameras a half-mile from the crime scene.
It's like he comes screaming up behind this guy. But we're able to follow it all the way down to 285.
It's a black Mercedes E350, out-of-state tag. It's the only one that hits in that area in that time frame. I'm about as confident as we can get that we've got the right vehicle.
Harrison updates the bolo to include the make and tag number of the Mercedes.
What's the tag again?
Charlie Victor.
Detective Angela Carter runs the tag number.
The most recent address comes back to this address?
It checks back to a woman in Chicago, Illinois.
So she's got 2 other vehicles registered to her, and they're kind of in different areas. So I wonder if they're like renting out cars.
Right.
Harrison looks up the owner.
She has at least 3 kids in the Gwinnett County area.
As soon as you make that family contact, you know the weapon is going to be gone.
But some people do rent their vehicles out, so we don't know if any of them were driving the vehicle or who could have been in possession of that vehicle. So right now, Blackburn, if he could ride by some addresses, that would be great.
The team will look for the Mercedes at addresses associated with the owner's adult children.
Ideally, I would like to find this Mercedes first, get a little bit more information before we start knocking on doors, because right now we really don't have a lot at all.
Mom has a daughter in Georgia and 2 sons.
Corporal Randy Blackburn searches for the Mercedes.
All right, so I guess the first address will be a bust. No, the wheels were different on this one. This is the last address to check. Ain't nothing.
The car doesn't turn up. As the first 48 ticks away,
They were able to track the vehicle on Flock the night before the murder down to Atlanta to a Texaco station.
Harrison gets a lead from Major Edward Restrepo in the West Precinct.
You can see on the street cams that it's in this Texaco for like 30 minutes. We need to go to Atlanta and get video.
Harrison hopes the suspects were caught on the gas station's surveillance cameras.
Good.
Minutes later,
Your vehicle's on the move.
a Flock camera just picked up the Mercedes in DeKalb County, 30 miles southwest of Gwinnett.
You guys start working, coordinating Pier 1, use whatever resources you guys need to use.
Hopefully we get a stop.
Hey, Major. We got some detectives heading towards the Flock hit.
Harrison hopes to get the Mercedes stopped so they can ID the driver.
Jorsad and I are kind of heading in the direction right now of the Texaco still, but if things change, if the vehicle's located, then obviously we'll pivot in that direction.
That sounds good, bro.
All right, bye.
Detectives arrive at the gas station where the Mercedes was spotted the night before the murder.
I'm Detective Harrison. This is Detective Jorstaff. I was hoping that we could look at some surveillance footage in reference to a case that we're following up on.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's see if we can find it real quick.
Oh, here it is.
Pulls up. He gets out of the passenger seat of the car.
There we go.
Dude, the day of the homicide, one of the suspects was wearing that sweatshirt.
This is awesome.
This is a whole day before, but he's wearing the same hoodie. You can see all the red logo and the different coloring on it. He bought a blue COVID mask.
Damn.
Let's see what happens outside. He got out of the driver's seat. Good bolo pictures here.
Oh, absolutely. This is phenomenal.
An hour later.
Hey, we're heading back. There's nothing else for us to do here.
I think right now I'm gonna leave a couple of my assets down there in case we get another hit.
Sounds good. If anything happens with it tonight, just call me.
All right, sounds good, man.
Bye-bye. 2 days in, and we got some good leads. As long as we're continuing to make progress, I feel good about it.
In the first 48, Gwinnett County Homicide responded to the murder of 29-year-old Bradley Coleman, shot during an attempted carjacking. Learned the suspects fled in a black Mercedes E350, tracked the Mercedes on traffic cameras, and identified the owner. Discovered the Mercedes was at a gas station the night before the murder, and got video of 2 potential suspects, but have been unable to locate their car. 3 days after Bradley's murder.
We got it. We got it.
Officers pull over the suspect vehicle in Clayton County, an hour south of Gwinnett.
Is that your car?
No, it's not.
But they find a woman behind the wheel.
Whose car is that?
I'm not sure who it is.
She says her sister rented the car while her car was being repaired.
It was supposed to be like a cash rental for $50 a day.
She says a man dropped the Mercedes off at her mother's house yesterday.
Just hang tight, we'll be right back with you. Hey.
The officers call Harrison.
So we got the car stopped. There's a female driver. She says she rented the car. Yeah, they got a positive ID.
Okay. Make sure you don't touch anything else inside or outside the vehicle.
Harrison will have the suspect vehicle towed to the crime lab.
As long as you got good ID on her, that's all we need.
And the driver is released.
Thank you. Call me if you need anything.
Yep, we're good, bye.
Okay.
Seems like you're an innocent party that got just drug into it by sheer bad luck of renting a car.
The next morning,
We've got a search warrant that we obtained this morning. We're going to get the vehicle processed for physical evidence, possible DNA, fingerprints, all of that stuff. We're not going to lose anything at this point by starting to reach out to the family and finding out what the hell has been going on with this vehicle.
Harrison calls a number associated with the owner of the Mercedes.
Hey, this is Detective Harrison.
And speaks with her son.
I'm actually just following up on a hit-and-run accident, and I ran the tag, and it looked like it was registered to your mom. Is that something that you could help me with?
Oh, of course. I'm a car rental company. I rent out vehicles.
How does that process work? Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Word of mouth. Sometimes I do tour rolls.
What kind of records do you keep?
Normally I ask for a picture of their driving license, and then I make them get insurance as well.
So you would be able to tell me who had that vehicle, and then, you know, how long they had it and all that?
Just give me the date.
It was July 10th.
Two gentlemen that rented the car Friday the 8th, and they brought it back to the 10th.
The men returned to the car a couple of hours after Bradley was murdered.
I'm looking at their driver's license.
Okay. Would you be able to just text those to me?
Okay.
And who would they have met with to return that car?
My cousin.
And if you could provide me contact information for him.
Okay. I'm gonna help the best I can.
Thank you so much. All right. Bye. We'll see. First one is going to be a Miles Collins, and the second is going to be a David Booker. See if we can match him up with that Texaco footage. I think that's probably him. These are the two dudes that rented the car in that Texaco footage. I'm confident that Booker is this guy.
I am running David Booker. He's covered in tats.
20-year-old David Booker has prior convictions for theft by receiving stolen property.
David Booker's on parole. Then this is Miles.
20-year-old Miles Collins has no prior convictions. He is the father of a 7-week-old daughter.
He's already wanted, Coweta County.
Collins has an active warrant for failure to appear on prior charges.
The one that rents this out, he was able to provide phone numbers for Miles Collins and David Booker. I think I've got enough to do a carpenter warrant and start getting some phone records. Obviously, I still got to figure out who the third suspect is, but that could help us figure that out as well. We're getting close.
The next day,
Hello?
Hey, good afternoon. This is Detective Harrison.
Harrison calls the man that met Booker and Collins when they returned the Mercedes.
I was told to inspect the car when they brought it back Sunday. They got to the parking lot, they was already out there.
Okay, so you don't know if the same guys that picked it up are the ones that dropped it off?
This is the same dude. I got his license.
He says he checked Collins's and Booker's IDs when they returned the Mercedes.
Was it just those two, or was there anybody else with them?
I know the driver and there was another guy, and that was it.
All right, thank you for your help. Bye. He said it was like between 2 and 3 that they returned the car, and he said it was those dudes. That puts Miles Collins and David Booker in possession of the vehicle about an hour and a half to 2 hours after the murder. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and get the warrants for murder on David Booker, and then the fugitive unit is gonna start working to locate him as well as locate Miles Collins based on the fact that he already has active warrants.
Seven days later,
Booker was arrested. He's on his way up now.
the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Fugitive Unit finds Booker at an address he gave his parole officer.
Corporal Harrison's on vacation this week, but we'll get this started. Hey, David, how's it going?
Corporal Jorstad and Sergeant Dallas York talked to Booker.
Remember what you were doing back on July 10th?
I went to a barbecue on Saturday. Smoked, chilled with my friends.
What about Friday?
On Friday, I was at work.
Where did you go after that?
First place I went, gas station. And then after that, my girlfriend took me home.
What car did you go to the gas station in?
A car.
Did you ever rent cars to go drive around to wherever you need to go?
I don't even have a license.
Would it help if I showed you a picture?
Picture?
I mean, those are the boots you're wearing.
No.
You can see your dagger tattoo.
I can't really see anything, and I know that's not me.
This is you, man. You and your buddy.
What buddy?
This guy.
I don't even remember seeing this guy at the gas station at all.
Have you seen that car before?
No, I told you I was in my girlfriend's car. This is not a car I was in, and I don't know about this car.
David, come on now. I mean, obviously we got your name because I saw your ID. The guy you gave this car to, remember seeing you and him. He identified you.
Don't know him, don't know this car.
So what are you gonna say when your phone pings with this car? Because I know for sure your phone's gonna ping you at that quick trip.
You know for sure, I might as well go to jail and start my prison time if that's the case, but...
Well, can you tell me about what happened?
I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, you haven't told me nothing what I'm being accused of.
Were you being charged with murder?
Well, I definitely don't know nothing about a murder, but...
Well, you do, because you're on video at the quick trip.
Well, I don't. It's not me.
Seen getting out, trying to steal a car.
You saying me? I got out of this car and tried to steal another car.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't murder nobody. I damn sure was trying to steal no car, and especially not in you guys' county.
Like what George said, we don't have to go through this. It's a waste of my time.
Yep, I agree with that.
All right. Thank you for your time, sir.
There's no point to keep going. Hopefully Fugitive will find Collins here shortly. Corporal Harrison's waiting for the phone stuff to come back, place Collins there, then hopefully get some warrants on him, figure out who this third person is.
Weeks after Bradley was murdered.
He is in custody.
Fugitive Warrants finds Miles Collins in Lithonia, 18 miles south of Gwinnett, and brings him in on his outstanding warrants.
I'll be right there.
All right. That's good. At this point, we're thinking that maybe he was actually the driver.
I think the way we play him is he needs to put himself as a witness against Booker. Because right now, there's no felony murder warrant for him.
All right, man, sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just gonna be real upfront with you. I know you've got a 7-week-old daughter, right?
Yeah.
I want you to think about her, okay? I need to talk to you about what happened a couple of weeks ago over there at that quick trip. So talk about that Mercedes that you and David rented a couple days before that.
I'm trying to get this out of the way.
Okay.
I do know about that Benz. I ran that Benz.
How long did you have that car for?
That day.
So if you got it on a Friday, next day you didn't have it anymore?
I had less money use.
He claims that right after he picked up the Mercedes, he rented it to a friend.
And who was that?
That man. I don't even know who that is.
What time did you bring it back to?
I remember returning the car back at like 3 something.
He says his friend brought the car back to him on the afternoon of the murder.
So here's my only issue with that. Here you are at a Texaco in Atlanta with the car Saturday morning at about 1:30 a.m. And David was with you.
I don't remember. I remember these outfits though.
This is you and David?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You want us to believe that you just gave this car to some guy that you don't know his real name, and then he brought the car back and you just happened to link back up with David right after this car was used to commit a murder, and then you went and returned it, but you don't know anything about the murder.
I don't know nothing about that. Whatever y'all talking about was not there.
If you want to go down for a murder that you...
I'm not. I didn't do nothing wrong.
Well, you didn't shoot him.
I rented the car, that's it. I'm not no killer.
And I believe you. And just like you got a little girl, that guy that got killed out there over his car, he had a little girl too. And I want you to think about that. We'll be back in a few minutes, all right? He's trying to get us to believe that this guy who he doesn't know his name, he gave him the car, and then right after this dude uses it to commit a murder, he just happens to come find him, and then him and David go return the car.
And they don't have any kinds of ways of getting in touch with each other yet.
Right. I mean, it's good what he said about David, because David tried to say that that wasn't him in the Texaco footage, but Miles was like, yeah, that's David.
Will you just stand up for me?
Collins will be held in Gwinnett County Jail on his outstanding warrants.
I'm not comfortable with taking the warrants on Collins yet, so just gonna hold off, hopefully get the phone records back, and if those put him there, go ahead and take some murder warrants on him at that point.
Four days later,
the first cell tower hit of interest is gonna be on the day of the homicide.
Collins and Booker's cell phone records are finally in.
This puts Miles Collins there in the area when the Mercedes was there. And then the next time it hits, it's hitting down here where they returned the vehicle. So there's definitely enough probable cause to charge them in the murder. In addition to that, we also got the data back for David Booker. And when his data was mapped, it hits on the cell towers 15 minutes before the homicide near the Quick Trip. So now we can see who Collins and Booker were calling and hopefully identify a third suspect. Right after they return the Mercedes, the first phone call Miles makes is to this number, probably because they're discussing the crime.
Harrison looks up the number.
Josiah Hewley.
20-year-old Josiah Hewley has no previous convictions and is the father of a 1-year-old daughter.
So I'll send a search warrant application over to the district attorney's office to get his location information from his phone. He's the best suspect I have right now.
Seven weeks after Bradley's murder,
we got the phone records back for Josiah Hewley at 11:24 a.m. It hits right up the street from the Quick Trip. And then again at 12:50, like right over there basically after the homicide.
Josiah's phone records put him in the same location as Booker and Collins around the time of the murder.
So now I'm gonna get some arrest warrants for Josiah for felony murder and aggravated assault, and then get with fugitive, see about getting him picked up.
After searching for Josiah for 3 weeks,
the U.S. Marshals got Josiah taken into custody right as he came out of a job interview.
the third suspect is brought into headquarters.
All right, Josiah. I'm Detective Harris, and this is Detective Jorstad. We need to talk about what happened out there at that Quick Trip.
I wasn't there. I don't know what you're talking about.
Recognize that car?
No.
Before I ask you any more questions, I know that the incident that I'm investigating was not supposed to go down the way that it did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That being said, I know that you were with Miles and David. This isn't me asking you if you were there or if you did it or anything like this. This is me asking you for an explanation because you got a little girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had a little girl too. And she's gonna grow up without a dad now because of what happened to him.
And now you saying my little girl should grow without a dad too.
At least you're alive. That family, they will never get to talk to him, see him ever again. Think about that little girl.
I didn't mean to do it. Like, I was panicking. The only reason that happened because I was in fear. I was in fear because I know he got a gun. The way it happened, it just happened so fast.
So walk me through what happened.
I seen him in the car all alone. I got in the car.
He says he got into the Charger as Bradley was putting air in his tire.
I seen his gun on the passenger seat. So when I seen him get up, I tried to get out the car. So I'm thinking he was gonna go for his gun. But he jumped in the car. He started hitting me, beating me up.
Where was your gun?
In my pants. I could have pulled the gun out inside the car and shot him or something like that. I wasn't trying to touch that man. I wasn't trying to do nothing like that. I even told him during the middle of the incident, I'm telling him, get off of me. I'm finna get out your car. It was so much aggressiveness going on. I didn't even put the car in reverse.
He claims the Charger slipped into reverse during the fight.
He pushed me out the car. He was moving towards his gun. Like, I didn't aim at his head. I ain't do nothing like that. I ain't want to kill that man.
So you're saying you shot him, but you weren't meaning to shoot him in the head?
Yes.
Okay.
It's just everything just fell out of place.
You know, the most important thing as far as where we're at now is that you did the right thing for that guy's family.
I ain't mean to do it, bro.
Give me a few minutes, we'll get your DNA, we'll get you out of here, okay? This case couldn't come together any better. The confession, obviously having that is invaluable, not just from a legal standpoint, but for the family, you know, to be able to hear what happened instead of us just speculating.
Full picture.
Yeah.
And everybody's in custody.
Everybody's in custody.
Very good.
Just turn around.
I think a lot of the suspects that are involved in slider thefts are just looking for the thrill of it. They post on social media, joyriding around in the stolen vehicle. The largest risk is going to be that they don't know who that person is. They don't know if they're armed. In this particular incident, Bradley Coleman ended up being armed himself, and I think that ultimately led to him being murdered. His family, they'll never be able to see their son again. His daughter, she'll grow up without a dad. But then you have Miles Collins and Josiah Hewley. They both have little girls themselves. So those are kids that are potentially going to grow up without their dads. It's just unfortunate all the way around.
Six months after Bradley was murdered.
Bradley started poaching when he was 25 years old.
His family honors his memory by keeping his clothing line alive.
I'm Brad Coleman, CEO of Posture. The best thing about having a clothing line is being able to vision different things and bring it to life. I just kind of wanted to be something that was for everybody.
Bradley's calling was to the youth, to help, to love, to give, to share. That's who he was.
Maybe if the guys that shot Bradley had a little Bradley in them, they probably would have did what they done to him.
A lot of kids are gonna suffer because a guy like Brad's not in the community anymore. But his legacy will live on. I just wish, you know, things were different.
In New Orleans,
We're here today to honor the life and legacy of Bradley Coleman.
colleagues and students from the high school where Bradley taught for the past 3 years celebrate his 30th birthday.
Mr. Coleman was like a second father to me. Taught me how to drive, making sure I ate. I always felt loved by him.
Coleman treated those kids like it was his. I would like to say to those guys that you really don't know the legacy and the man that you took away. You really took someone that was loved in so many ways. It tears me apart just to understand why. Why? We love you, B.
We love you, Bradley!
A single gunshot wound that we know of?
Yeah.
A young father gunned down.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 cartridge cases.
In front of an elementary school.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh my God. The person that fired these shots obviously had no regard for the safety of the children at the school.
A familiar name.
Oh yeah, that's him right there.
A man who slipped through a detective's fingers before.
You and I may not have met, but I've known who you are for a while. Period. Is that the dude that got out of your car?
And the clock is ticking. For homicide detectives, their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours. Atlanta, Georgia, 9:30 a.m. The Pittsburgh neighborhood. Outside of an elementary school, gunshots ring out.
Atlanta 911, what is the emergency? Oh my God. Oh God. Ma'am, what happened? I'm outside of the church sweeping the leaves. Somebody just got shot in the head. Are you with the patient, ma'am? Yeah, I'm right beside him. Oh God. Help is on the way, okay? Hurry.
Patrol and EMS race to the scene and find the man dead on the sidewalk.